If you've been watching Lakers basketball, and last night is a perfect example, Lakers don't have anybody that they can rely on past LeBron and Anthony Davis. They don't. And I don't want to even like exclusively rip on the Lakers bench for a second, because I think that would be unfair to the other guys that deserve to be ripped as well. But let me kind of put this in two pieces here. Depth is very important in any sport. You got to have depth. You got to have other guys other than the stars that you can rely on. You got to have other guys that have to have some form of consistency. They don't have to be superstars. They don't have to drop 25 a night. They don't have to, have 10 assists. They don't have to do that. They just have to kind of play their role, and they have to as best as they can. No one's asking you to do what the stars need to do. They need these other players to show up night in and night out, and just do their job. Again, just do your job. Come into work, clock in, make sure that you work your ass off. Everybody knows that you're not actually running the business. There's other people that are keeping the corporation afloat, I guess, if you want to call it. But you got to do your job. It's very important for these other players to do their job. Let me just go through each one of these guys that played alongside Anthony Davis and LeBron yesterday, and then the bench is going to be a separate conversation. Rui Hachimura last night, 2 of 6, 8 points, 4 rebounds. You're getting paid $17 million a year. Can you just be a sort of consistent basketball player? Just sort of consistent. Nobody's asking you to go be if you want to use other role, but nobody's asking you to be Robert Ory. Nobody's asking you to be Rick Fox. Nobody's asking you to be Derek Fisher. Nobody's asking you to be Lamar Odom. Can you just be a player that we have sort of an idea what Rui's going to give every night to the Lakers? Because I don't know what the hell he's going to give every night. I really don't. I have harped on Rui Hachimura from the beginning. When I was at that Lakers game against the Kings, my question to JJ Redick was about Rui. I'm like zeroing in on Rui because I feel like he's such an important piece. I have no idea what he's going to give every single night. I have no idea. He had 8 points last night. One of those threes came with like 30 seconds left, and it meant nothing. So there's Rui Hachimura for you. All right, let's go to Austin Reaves. Austin Reaves, two things that stick out to me, Austin Reaves so far this year. Number one, the guy is kind of a turnover machine. I don't know if he's always been like this, and I'm just noticing it more now, but way too many turnovers from Austin Reaves. Way too many turnovers. You're not the point guard. You're not Chris Paul or one of these guys that has the ball in his hands every single possession. Austin Reaves took 10 threes yesterday. He made 3 of them. All right, your shot's not falling. Can you get a little bit closer to the basket? 17, I mentioned the 4 turnovers. Inefficient play, and they are going at him. Whoever the Lakers are playing are targeting Austin Reaves and saying, we're going to go get buckets, and we're going to go do it on Austin Reaves. Let's keep going down the list. D'Angelo Russell, 4 of 14. Between D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reaves, there's 7 turnovers right there. There's, 7, 11 of 31 from the field. So you're shooting basically just under 35% or right around 35% from the field. Rui Hachimura, D'Angelo Russell, and Austin Reaves in a game against the Detroit Pistons. How can all 3 of them be that inefficient, that turnover prone, and on the defensive side, just a complete liability, at least from a D'Lo and an Austin Reaves perspective? Some of these other younger players were just feasting at the opportunity to go after them. That's not going to get it done. And I when I say this, I mean it. I have no idea what Rui, Austin Reaves, and D'Lo are going to do on a night in, night out basis. I don't. Or I don't know if it's going to be efficient, or I don't know if it's going to be high turnovers. I'm not 100% sure. Let me put those 3 to the side for a quick second. Lakers have no bench at all. No bench at all. Remember before the season started 2 years in a row, we all started hyping up Max Christie? Max Christie last night played 4 minutes. That tells you what JJ Redick thinks about Max Christie right now. And, Cam Reddish was getting a lot of those minutes. He was getting a lot of that opportunity. But we've hyped up Max Christie. Dalton Knecht is going to need time. Like, the guy is 7, 8 games into his NBA career. If you're asking Dalton Knecht to come in and be the savior, then you got the wrong expectations on Dalton Knecht. But Max Christie, how about Gabe Vincent? Gabe Vincent, at least Max Christie is, I can't really even say this about him too, because he just signed a 4-year deal. He's making 30+ million. Gabe Vincent got his $33 million contract as well. Who the hell can you depend on this team outside of LeBron and Anthony Davis? Who? I mean, who can you really truly say, I know exactly what that guy's going to give the Lakers on any given night? And the bench specifically is so bad. The bench is so bad. There isn't a guy on that bench that you could look at and say, okay, I feel good about bringing this guy in. I mean, Gabe Vincent is supposed to be a player, unfortunately for the Lakers, at least so far since he's been a Laker, that has not panned out at all. Was he injured last year? Yes. Is he coming? Is it just one game? Sure, that's fine. But I have no idea what any of these guys are going to bring to the Lakers every single night. And this is kind of where my biggest concern is right now with the Lake Show. Does Anthony Davis have to be healthy? Of course he does. But at the end of the day, you look at this team and you look at this roster, they got so many flaws and they got so many question marks. I wish what we can say is, you know what? If the Lakers just execute better, they're going to win games. I wish we can say, you know, there's this obvious problem that once this guy comes back, it's all taken care of. But I don't think that's the case for the Lakers. And now all of a sudden, what's going to end up happening to the Lakers is Vando and Christian Wood not only have to come back, but have to be key contributors to the Lakers and a big part of that bench if the Lakers, obviously are going to try to accomplish what they're hoping for in the Western Conference, which is trying to be a top 6 seed or somewhere around those lines. All right, let's see what we got here from everybody. Did I demolish them enough? All right, let's go election talk right now. I think right now, walking in, Pennsylvania is, this is a big swing state here. You got to get Pennsylvania. Everybody relax. Everybody starts hallucinating, man.